Hey, what's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of Love and Business. I am one of the hosts here,
Oh, that's what we changed
Lemoyne
it to?
Robinson, and joined as always by
Crystal Robinson. Yes.
Crystal Robinson.
Yes.
Yeah.
So glad to have all of y'all in the house tonight. We appreciate y'all already doing the hashtag
Yes.
live. I love to see it. Please tell us where you're watching from tonight. Also, hit the share button, tag
Please
a friend, send it to your folks, your cousins, your aunties, and your uncles, and your grandmamas and whatnot.
Please.
Yes. You already know. Shout out to AB. I don't even think she in the house. I did that. I did that for AB, man, and I don't even know if she in here already. But shout out to AB for this amazing promo video that you just saw for the $1 Million Expert live event promo video. We are super excited. We are only 7 days away. 7 days away from the $1 Million Expert live event. Super hype about it. That's what I'm talking about. Joined by the boss.
You see,
Crystal
man.
Robinson.
I'm talking about man.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you for the shout outs. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the ladies know the deal.
I didn't know you. Hey, I'm just saying, man.
Shout out to all the bosses in the house. Good. You a boss too, man.
I mean, I do send out some W-2s.
You a boss? You a boss? Nobody said you wasn't. I just said that I am.
Oh, so you, it could be more than one.
If I say I'm the boss, that mean you not. Got him. Got him.
It could be what it mean. I don't know. You know
I'm the boss, and I know I'm the boss, but that don't mean that you're not a boss.
Well, I guess so. Then maybe if you say that, they say is what one HNIC? Is that what they say?
Nah. It's more than one.
That's what I thought. Man.
You the boss too, man. You the boss.
Right, I'm the boss. Then yeah.
Come on.
You can call it what you want. Deal what it is. Just don't call me late for lunch. It's all good.
No, I'm gonna have your plate ready.
It's all good.
I'm gonna have your plate ready.
Hey man, I hope y'all been having a phenomenal week.
Yeah.
Valentine's just passed. Hopefully, happy Valentine's Day to all the ladies.
Yeah.
To everybody out there. Everybody's the boss of something.
Yeah.
Hopefully y'all had a good Valentine's, good week so far. Good productive
I've had a great week.
Yeah.
I've had a really good week.
Yeah, it's yeah. We did something a little bit different.
We
a little bit different. So
I got flued out.
Cool. Yeah, it was cool. That's what you call it, flued out.
It's gonna be a flued out for me.
I don't know if your English teacher would agree.
Hey, if you knew what being flued out meant, she would agree.
Yeah, I guess so.
She probably wants to be flued out. Okay,
so.
Everybody want to get flued out. Wouldn't you agree? I don't know. That video came out years ago, man. Where that girl said, I don't know. I don't even know where it came from or why, but I just remember the chick went viral on the video for saying that she had got flued out somewhere, and I was like, you know what? I would like to get flued out. Yeah. That sounds like a great thing to do.
So.
And then I got flued out.
Well, I didn't know you was thinking like that, but good. I'm glad to know that that was a desire.
Yeah. Thank you.
Kalisha said happy Valentine's Day to the guys as well. Why do you think it's always like, or historically one of the things where it's like the men have to do something for the women on Valentine's Day?
I don't know. I mean, it's a made up holiday anyway.
It is then.
And it was made for people to spend money.
Yeah.
So I would assume that, more men are gonna spend money, on that type of holiday because there's an expectation for something in return.
An expectation for something in return.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
What do you mean you don't understand?
I'm trying to
keep it PG.
Oh, okay. I mean, is that not an expectation on the regular though?
It is, but I am saying that is the reason why I think that it was made that way, right? So that the men could spend all of their money, and then in return, they would also receive the gift. That's what I think it was.
The grown man gifts.
Grown man gifts.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm just trying to put it into. Make sure I'm understanding. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that's what it was about. Because even if you
I mean, I get you something every year for Valentine's Day.
But I'm just saying, but
I can't tell you, man. I just think that it's a made up holiday for people to spend money. That's I mean, Alicia said, hey, it's a lot of made up holidays. I do believe so.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm like. I think it's just one of those things. You get to choose to participate, whether you do or don't. Obviously, because the entire world is participating. You know what I'm saying? At least if somebody is seriously dating or even newly dating at these, these stakes, or even in kindergarten, they have an expectation to get a little card with a little piece of candy on it. So I just think that it's just. It's what society does, right? You make up stuff and then people spend money.
They do. So that's why I was like, why do you think people get upset if they're not celebrated in the way that they think that they should be on Valentine's?
Well, that would have to be a discussion, I guess, that is between those two people, because I mean, I never had an expectation to get flued out for Valentine's Day, but yet and still I did. And so now for Valentine's Day, I'm kind of having an expectation.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, man. I mean,
hey, what else is supposed to happen now? We just go back to regular cards?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You get 2 or 3 cards.
Oh, now this has got to be fair and foul right here. So is it not foul that now I can't get flew back out another day?
I ain't saying that that you can't, you know what I'm saying? But
this is the regular now.
Oh, okay. So every Valentine's Day.
Well, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? I get flued out for Valentine's Day. Okay. And I didn't ask for the bar to be raised to this degree. But since it was nice, I'm saying, are we private jetting this, a helicopter type deal next year? What are we doing?
I mean, the thought process is that, hey, that it can happen, but it doesn't have to happen.
But it did.
It did, but you know what I'm saying?
And so now it has to not happen again.
Golly,
what are you doing?
I don't know. See that put pressure on the dude. That put pressure on the fellas.
I didn't pressure you.
No, but now it feels like a little 18-wheeler on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I just knew that this was our new normal.
I mean, the thought process of having the ability.
Not what I thought we were going to talk about today.
The ability to do it is, like, oh, okay, yeah, we can if we want to. We got the time,
But don't you want to?
Yeah, but that don't necessarily mean that the time is always. You know what I'm saying?
Tracy said you gotta come harder next year, man.
Man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
It's the new normal. Oh my gosh, that was what we wanted to talk about today.
Yeah.
Now, I believe that's God.
Okay.
That has to be God. In the comments, this lady says this is the new normal. What we wanted to talk about today?
The new normal.
Ooh.
What's normal got to do with it?
Speak, Holy Spirit.
Man, I'm just saying though. So, all right. So check this out. I hadn't always been, and from what the outside, what Crystal has told me, I hadn't always been the best gift giver, or very thoughtful as it relates to.
But you did well.
Yeah,
you did well this time, sir. You did very well. Which is why I'm saying, how are we not going to go back to this? What are we doing?
But we know that we could go there. You know what I'm saying?
But prior to,
like, it's been expressed. So you know what I'm saying?
All right, okay. But I'm saying prior gift stages, right?
Okay.
I'm saying that there was no thought, maybe put into these situations.
It just wasn't thought that you thought was thoughtful.
It was thought, yes, but it wasn't thoughtful. It wasn't full of good thought. It was just thought.
Man, it was
you had a thought, and so in transparency, since he wouldn't put it out there, I had just said, listen, bro, it's just best if you just don't give, because you know what I'm saying, these $2 offerings ain't gonna really cut it.
Man, it ain't no $2 offerings. You just be feeling like you oh, you thought about this yesterday.
That's a $2 offering. Hey, is that fair?
Man, that's fair all
who
day.
want to be thought about the day of? This man come in here with guilty. I'm talking about the receipt still in the deal from an hour ago.
No, nah. I
it.
threw the receipt away. You saw it on the bank account.
That counts. That's a receipt.
You saw it on the bank account.
That's a receipt.
Like, oh, you just bought this earlier today.
Am I not? Is it just me? But dude, I want it to be thoughtful, full of thought. Like, is it you premeditate? See, the flued out situation that I just got these last 3 days. I know you couldn't have picked that up on Monday and flued me out on Tuesday.
How you know?
Because I know. I know.
You think you're not.
All of that stuff that transpired, there is no way. And the concert was sold out days ago. So I knew you had to think about it.
They could have just had a fire concierge.
All right, man.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is you put a whole lot of thought to this situation, man. Y'all need to tag some people and y'all need to hit the share button on here because I'm gonna need some folks to be here with me in this situation as we have this conversation. Because I see this is going way somewhere else. I thought we was talking about the new normal.
It'll be Mother's Day.
I'm not asking for that. I'm not your mother.
Are you not?
I'm my children's mother. So I have an expectation for them to be thoughtful before,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? But, for Valentine's Day, since it is a day that we chose to participate in that's fake, then, you did a very good job this year.
Thank you.
And so I'm just saying that I have now an expectation of those type of situations.
Well, I mean, I think that was more or less, like I said, I don't know that I thought my gifts were thoughtful. You thought that they were thoughtless at times.
Well, I don't have a thought about them now. I'm trying to remember what it was. That's what I'm saying. So, there is no way I cannot thought about this again.
Well, I don't.
But
see all that handwriting in a card and all that stuff. You just ain't thought about that. You know what I'm saying? See, I keep all my cards. You don't be keeping your cards and nothing. I'll be taking my time writing in it. Yeah, it's Lord have mercy somewhere.
Lamont, I get it. I got the cards. You know what I'm saying? You wrote the stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? You probably thought about what you wrote in there. I'm just saying that I will have thought on this situation.
Okay.
A lot longer than I have unthought about the other situation.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying, man. I didn't throw them in the trash. I didn't.
Hey, well,
I did. I have them. I do. I have a box. I have a box, a very nice box, mind you, that I bought from Hobby Lobby.
Is that the one that got your high school cards in there too?
First of all, I ain't kept no high school cards, and we not finna go there. Not after the flued out and all of that. Hey, I don't have any high school.
But the point is, like,
I have all of your cards in a box.
But okay, so we I try to take the initiative and say
you didn't try, you did.
You know what? Like, okay, well, look, if this is it, since you saying like, hey, I ain't thoughtful, I hadn't been, or this
you wasn't, but you are thoughtful. You a thoughtful man.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you'd be
this
like,
man
okay,
I know is thoughtful.
Now you ain't
that man back there. I don't know him no more.
I could have been thinking about it.
You've been thinking about this?
No, I'm just saying, whatever other gift I could have been thinking about it. Guys, let me not because we
ain't no guys here. They not even in the comments.
We be having thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Lisa said back down. Okay,
we have thoughts. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's like, okay, well, is it gonna be enough? You know what I'm saying? Is she going to accept what it is that I desire to do for her?
The day before or the day of, or which ones?
It doesn't matter.
You saying the ones that was 2 weeks out of the weekend?
It's if I have a desire to do something,
an hour before.
If I have the desire, that I think of some things I thought of a few minutes before, and I feel like it was definitely mutually beneficial.
Okay.
But
I'm not here for this.
I'm just saying.
I'm not.
I'm just saying.
Nope.
But what I'm saying is, all right. If we have something, if we have something in mind that we want to do, one, it could be a fear factor. Just even asking, just saying, "Hey, do you want to do this?" Or, "Hey, put some clothes in a bag. We're gonna be gone for the next few days. Make sure you grab your passport, or just get your clothes and let's go."
Yeah, I'm pretty much always game for those.
Were you afraid that what I'm saying? Were you like, I wonder if he got the boarding pass. I wonder where we're going. I wonder if he done checked into the hotel. Were you thinking of things like that?
No.
Not at all.
Not this time,
no. Not this time.
No, I said this you. Okay. It's thoughtful.
But I've been this me.
You're not finna lie now. That's not what we doing tonight. We not.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna walk through this as truthfully as you will allow.
Go ahead.
I am saying that the Lemoyne, the 1.5 or the 2.0 Lemoyne, yes, I probably wouldn't have had to have those thoughts for the 1.5 and the 2.0 because you wouldn't have planned anything like this.
Okay.
The fact that you went through all of the pieces and parts to go here this way, I was secure in the trip. You didn't hear me ask. No, did I badger ask any questions?
I felt like you was thinking about your thing, and I felt like your coach Sean Strickland was what that was. I think you was thinking that the whole time. You know, like, hey, I'm thinking about my thinking. But fellas, y'all tell me, like, we try to go above and beyond. We try to do something. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not received in the way that we feel like, you know, like, oh dang, you know,
you brought her up in the comments. Here go your friend.
You ain't really receiving what
my good friend Sean Strickland says. A good gift is a gift that means the desire of the person receiving, not the person giving.
But that don't necessarily mean like. I mean, I get that. I hear that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it diminishes it either. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't diminish it
to me. But if I don't like it, or if I don't want, I'm not asking for intent. I'm asking for the gift of which I like.
Well, but you didn't. But in a lot of cases, you don't ask. Or women don't ask.
No, I think
they just want us to assume that this is what they want, you know what I'm saying, or this is what it is, and then it'd be a whole.
I don't think that there's a desire for an assumption. I think that there's a desire for attention.
Okay.
Like, as in, pay attention. You know what I'm saying? To the things that we desire, that we're into, that we actually do like. I think that that's what the thing is. It's like, it's not, you know, oh, as long as you got me something that, you know what I'm saying, I'm satisfied, or that I'm assuming that you know that you, like, you can read my mind. I'm not saying that we need to be
what it is.
It's not. And I need you to be open to hear.
All right.
I'm
got ears to hear.
But it is that if we are mentioning something, if we are, you know, if we're constantly engaging in something, right? Like, for instance, I would have been just excited about being flued out if you had bought me, let's say, a ticket to see Tony Robbins or something like that. You know, something in the personal development arena. Why? Because you know that that's something that I'm into. Right. So I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't look at that gift and be like, man, why you buy me that? You know what I'm saying? But if you go and buy me a tailored business suit, I would let you watch me burn it in the fire pit. Because what do I want? I don't, Lamorne, come on. Your girl is in statement tees. And,
I know, but it could still be dope. It
like could be because you like those things. But I'm not going to be one to wear that.
But what if I liked it for you?
Then that's your problem. But now we're not talking about you like a lingerie item for me, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. But I'm saying, why put me at the expense of being uncomfortable on your behalf for something that you want me to have that I don't want? It's too many words, ain't it?
Well, I did. I mean, I gotta slow it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because you just, you know, just. I mean, I'm just saying. You know,
thank you. She said, "Don't lump all women together." She said, "I give Edwin a list of gifts from $5 to if he hit the lotto." Amen. Yep, Ralph, I'm burning the whole suit because I don't. You know what I'm saying? The point is, if I don't like it, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm saying, yes, I get what Sean is saying, right? Like, all right, give you a list of things you like. Great. Yeah. But I also think that there's
y'all be wanting people to pick up on context clues. Like, you just walk by something, you watch a commercial.
You're saying y'all, so you're still you could say me.
Okay.
Crystal. But it's still not me though, because I'm not asking you to pick up on anything. Case in point, I'm one of those types of people. If I really like something, or if I want something,
get it yourself.
I will go and get it myself. However, I think that there's another layer of intimacy, right? That we could dive into when we're in a relationship, right? You know what I'm saying? We're talking about love here. You know what I'm saying? When we're in a relationship, then there is, you know, we talk about it at church, right? Intimacy is intimacy, right? And so there's some things that if you're actually looking into me, you're able to see. Not just the things that I'm saying out loud. You know what I'm saying? So if you bought me a statement tee, it's not like I got on my list, buy me a whole bunch of statement tees, but I think that you know that that's something that I'm into. Yeah. The same reason how you bought me some shoes, you know, for Christmas, that I'm like, should I put this on a shelf and just put them in a box with a light behind it and see them because they so dope? I'm like, I don't even know if I need to wear these shoes out, but I like them.
Oh, you thought they was dope?
So what I'm saying is,
you can holidays in a row.
You can see into me when you want to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that, again, lumping all of us in the same category, it's just like, do we want to see into each other the same way? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can most definitely know if I go out and buy you a $3,000 extension to your grill, you're going to be, I'm talking about head over heels about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the same reason why I would have $500 worth of steak shipped to the house. It ain't that, you know what I'm saying, I'm that into steak, but you're into, you know what I'm saying, high dollar meats. What? That ain't for me.
Well, you like to consume them too now,
But I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I was eating it, I didn't have to have it to that degree.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But for you, that was a thing. You know what I'm saying? So much so that you keeping the little throwaway stuff that you throw that in the trash. You like, I'm gonna keep that.
Well, some stuff we did. It's hard to get rid of. We still keep grocery bag. We keep the little ice bags.
You hear what I'm saying, bro?
And the little old butter container to put leftover food in.
All right, you hear what I'm saying, man?
No, I hear you.
Say your points. I'm finna go through the comments because I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that, when we give gifts, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that it's guys are not thoughtful. You know what I'm saying? It's just sometimes we don't know how it's going to be received. I think in this moment, I just got bold enough to be like, you know what? I stay bold. This is how I want to show and share and express what I feel. You know what I'm saying? I think this would be a dope experience. And I hope that she will, I hope that she'll grasp.
Why did you think I wouldn't? When have I ever liked to stay at the La Quinta Inn except for when we couldn't only afford that?
Because we stayed at the La Quinta.
We did. But that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, how can I not receive something that I enjoy? It's like, so if you're looking at, I know she like 5-star hotels. Absolutely, I like 5-star hotels. You know that I like eating out at nice restaurants. I just wanted to make sure that it was a nice accommodation. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to make sure. I was like, okay, well, because if it wasn't a nice accommodation, then I feel like I had to take ownership of it. Yeah, if they had roaches on the wall, I would have asked you, why did you flew me out here for roaches on the wall? That would have been a thing. But I'm saying
with the outside corridor.
I like as Ralph's already said here, you know what I'm saying? Give a person what they want, not what you want them to have.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you looking at something, and when I'm looking at something, if it could be the dumbest thing to me, if I think, you know what I'm saying, that that's something that you're into, it don't matter, you know what I'm saying, what I think. Do I think it's a great idea for us to have $10,000 worth of grilling accessories? No, but we do.
We ain't got 10, but
99 and a half.
Yeah, this is
it's very, the grill itself is 5,000.
Yeah.
And you got a whole bunch of plates, and I mean, think about it.
Okay, all right. Move on from the grill.
Yeah. But I'm saying, for me, that makes no sense at all. But for you, it makes a lot of sense. Now here I am. I'm a techie. You know what I'm saying? I done bought this new laptop. Now, mind you, mine did the little return button. I hit it 2 times one time and it didn't return. I feel like that was a reason to get a new laptop.
Yeah.
But I'm a techie. You know what I'm saying? You might look at that and be like, man, I could probably put some little super glue up on here or put some on the tab.
And be all right.
And all you got to do is hit the return 2 times. Well, we're into 2 totally different things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that's okay. But when you go to buy me something, don't buy me a grill accessory.
Like, don't buy that and then
and you're into nice tailor-made clothes. I'm not. Why would you go somewhere and say, man, I'm about to get Crystal this fire tailor-made suit? I'm telling you, it's gonna be fire.
Oh, well, the reason I did think about that,
I'm glad we having this conversation.
No, well, here's the deal. Like, and here's another thing, couples. Like my wife, like she wants to what I call match. Like the whole outfit match. I don't like that. I don't want to do that. When
he say a word 2 times, I guess that means it's serious. But if he only
in the building, baby.
If he only say the word 1 time, then it's really for play.
But
so
no.
he think that match. So what I got on right now would be considered match.
Match.
Why? Because the top is the same color at the bottom.
Exactly.
Now, if my shoes has the same color that this outfit got in there, or anything similar, guess what he call it? Match.
No, you matching.
Oh, with an ing.
You match.
See, this don't make sense.
But if it's a hard match, then it's like you match. You know.
Didn't I just say that?
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
3
but it got to go hard. Like, it got to go hard.
That's what I was trying to explain.
But I don't like matching. I don't like that. Like, I don't want to match. I don't want to wear the same jumpsuit.
If I have on this outfit, he can't have on this same outfit.
We can have on the same color.
Definitely not in the same color, or even in a different color. If I got on a hoodie and a bottom like this, he can have on a blue one, but he gonna have on a blue hoodie and some jeans because he can't look the same.
Yeah, I just, you know what I'm saying? But that would have been the reason.
I'm confused too, Trace.
Because I'm saying, like, okay, if she has a Nike sweatshirt on, right? And a Nike, like, it's a whole Nike outfit. and I have the exact same Nike outfit. I don't want to wear that on the same day. I don't want to wear that on. I don't want to walk through the airport looking like twins. I don't want to go into Walmart looking like twins because I'm my own person. She her own person.
What that got to do?
That's just my preference. But the reason I was talking about getting like going and getting like clothes made,
a custom suit.
Yeah, like custom clothing or whatever, because they could match. It could be the same pattern or same,
but we wouldn't be matched.
It wouldn't be identical. Exactly. It'd just be the same
and
color
you
scheme.
Thought when you thought about me that I was gonna want to participate in that.
It could have been because it could have been something
you wanted to do that.
But it was in lieu of what you were asking because you wanted to match, and I don't want to match.
Want to match like we both got on a Love and Business white and black shirt with black jeans.
Yeah. Okay, I can do that
with the same black and white dunks.
That's matching.
But we would leave the house looking like that, not on the podcast.
Yeah,
not on no tailored suit type of deal. I'm saying I don't mind matching in the kind of clothes that I like to wear. You want to go tailor-made suit me and then send me out in the public with you.
I ain't saying tailor-made suit like it got to be like a business suit. It could just be custom clothing that has the same color scheme, but just not the same pattern everywhere. Are we not matching to the degree of I can't tell which shirt is mine and you can't tell which shirt is yours?
We wear different sizes.
I'm just saying if it's in a basket or you get it from the cleaners or something, you be like, oh, is this my shirt? That's my. Oh, no. That's just clearly mine and this is clearly yours. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean.
I'm saying you're okay with matching that way with me because you like that idea of matching that way. But I just in a tailored suit though.
It could.
That is just not even my world.
But when you here's my list. Suit,
here's my list. No tailor suits.
But when you say tailored suit, like you're
like
talking
I don't want no business suit.
It ain't gotta be. It could just be custom clothing.
I can't see nothing but a suit. You gonna give me a custom t-shirt?
But that's your limited vision. That don't mean that's all that exists.
Why do I want to go get a custom made t-shirt?
If you learn to possibly explore and see the way that I want to share that love with you.
Oh, look at how he's trying to dive deep.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you could receive it a little bit better.
Now you done tried to win Sean over here talking about I got to give on this. What are we giving? More $2 offerings?
What? No, I'm just saying.
Woo is right because he over here trying to get deep off of some custom clothes. Don't tell me my vision is limited. What in the world?
But no, I'm just saying because it's more to it than just customs. I get custom suits, I get custom shirts, but you can get custom. Women call them
if I participate in that with you, then we need to go out matching in the same clothes. How I want to match in the same clothes.
But in that instance, we are matching. We're coordinated. Let's say that we're coordinated. Our colors are
you
coordinated.
Trying to say that I'm supposed to meet you in the middle with this?
Yeah.
So if I'm wearing clothes that I'm not necessarily comfortable in wearing all the time, then the least you could do is come in the other halfway and wear the clothes that I would enjoy wearing.
Well, I did with the black and the shoes.
You talking about to the concert?
No, I'm talking about yesterday. No, I'm talking about just in general. Like we worn Love and Business stuff out like that.
Get out.
So that's I've done that.
Say what you will, man.
I've said it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I mean, I don't. That's just me though. That's just me, but I would, I would think that that's a pretty dope gift if I were to call and be like, "Hey."
You would think, okay. So I thought that a gift was something that people give to you that you like, you know what I'm saying? I just, how when you get a wedding registry and then you get stuff that's not on the registry.
I swear we got like 3 of the same set of glasses.
Why would we have a registry if you just gonna buy us what you want? Just don't buy.
Just give us the money.
Just don't buy. Because I don't, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like if you're not buying gifts that a person enjoys, then you're doing it for you. You're not doing it for them.
But part of it is for them.
The only part you should get out of it is the happiness of which I get and exude out into the world after I get a gift that I want.
So if that's what happens, then that's the only.
You should be satisfied.
That's it.
You should be highly satisfied
All right.
that the gift was received well. Because what else is the point? Like, I know, like, some people like to give, right? I get that. Like, some people enjoy giving gifts, and that's beautiful. But I'm hoping that people enjoy giving the gifts that are benefiting the people that they're giving it to. Otherwise, I feel like it's a little selfish or arrogant to say, you know what I'm saying, I love to give. But, like, are you, you know what I'm saying? That's like offering, you know what I'm saying, a person that's hungry. You say, oh, I'm going to give you this lawnmower. I always knew you wanted a lawnmower.
But it could be.
But they ask it for food.
They could make money with the lawnmower.
Oh man, you just refuse.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I don't 100% agree. You know what I'm saying? I just don't 100% agree. But that's, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because we give gifts as you know, like I think people give gifts, things that they work for, they read about, they learn and train. They give those gifts to people that don't necessarily want them. You know what I'm saying? But they feel like, hey, that's gonna be good for you. You know, this is what I have to give. This is what I'm experienced in. So I'm gonna give you the best of this, right? It's some culture that they call them belugas, I believe. It's like a half developed egg. It still has like a beak or something like that. But this is like a prize food for them, right? The leadership of the country will present this to somebody. Now, if you give that to like an American, they can be like, man, what? This is like a half done egg or whatnot. It still got like a beak in the thing. It's an underdeveloped chicken. But for them, this is a prize. For me, that would be, you know, disgusting. I'd be, you know, like in my heart feeling like, man, what is this? But because I know the intent of it, you know what I'm saying? Because I know the intent of it, then my reception of it is going to be different. I still may not eat it, but I will receive it like, oh my God, man, this is a high honor. I really do appreciate.
You talking about something culturally versus people that, you know what I'm saying, that live, eat, and breathe together, you know, majority of their life.
But you have a culture, just like I have a culture. You know what I'm saying? Like we have things that we like, just like you like computers. I
wouldn't reject nobody's little egg with the beak hanging out if that's, you know what I'm saying, dishonorable in the country. I'm saying in relationships, we're working to you know, understand what the other person wants to receive, so that we don't have to be like, I don't want that.
But you gotta at least experience it to reject it. You know what I'm saying? And at least after the fact, you ain't got to be like, I don't like that now, point blank, period. You could just be like, you know, like, hey, you know, that was a nice thought, but I really prefer to have
say you're stretching with this egg analogy, and I really think that you are. You know,
that's just her opinion.
No, I agree with the opinion. It is because it is
and that's
something.
Your opinion, then. Okay.
But I mean, let's hear it all the way out, dude. Like, I guess the whole point here is that you gave a gift in this whole flued out situation that I really enjoyed. Okay. And all I am saying is that those are the type of gifts that I like. Not saying that every single year I got to be flued out.
An experience of the thoughtfulness of it.
It was all of the above. Okay. Because the experience obviously was important, you know, but the thought that was put into it, you know what I'm saying, it showed that you were like, okay, well, I want to make sure that we're doing things that, you know, she would enjoy. You know, if we had went to a Kim concert, that would have been for you, but I would have, you know what I'm saying, participated. But you know what I'm saying, like I'm not really into him like that, you know, but you are. You know what I'm saying? If you look at your listening list and you look at my listening list and we go to a concert that's on your list, it was for you.
Yeah.
Because we got two totally different, you know, likes of music. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of which, y'all tell me this now. This fair file, right? We sitting in the spa. Right. Well, we had breakfast, but nonetheless, we in the spa, and this lady comes in.
This lady?
Yeah. What is her name?
Latoya
Luckett.
This boy, he gonna say this lady comes in. I told you her name.
Yeah. So I didn't listen. So we sitting there. It's you know, we sitting there. We just kind of chilling. It's the quiet room, whatever. And Crystal was like, I think that was Latoya Luckett that just left out of here. I was like, oh, okay. Who is that? Yeah, I like Kim. Will I'm a Kim fan, man.
Who is that?
I said, who is that? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody you went to school with, you know, how you know what I'm saying? Who is this? You know, right? And she was like, she for real, like gasped, like
I lost my bro.
Yeah, and I'm thinking to them, I'm like,
how do you not know who Latoya Luckett is?
Yeah, this the quiet room.
You act like we 50, like we late 50s or early.
Who is Latoya Luckett?
Everybody that's watching this podcast is gonna know who Latoya Luckett is.
Well, let's let the comments say it. If you know who Latoya Luckett is, put one in the chat. If you know who Latoya Luckett is, put one in the chat.
Now, see, Shonda told her age. She don't know who she is.
She just don't listen to that type of music.
No, it's because she didn't grow up in the same era that we did.
All right. Oh, look at cliche. See, them 28 kids ain't had nothing to do.
It's because if you was born in the 80s, you know who LaToya Luckett is.
Man, I don't know who she is, and you're not taking my black card because of it. I don't know who she is, and that's just what it is.
All right, great.
I didn't know who she was, and Crystal was just like, I'm like, man, I only know Beyonce and Kelly in the group.
He don't even know Michelle.
Yeah, I didn't even know the other lady.
Right. So anyway, I had to go through. Now we're supposed to be in the quote unquote quiet room at the spa, and now I'm having to have a whole full blown conversation with him because I refuse to let him leave out of this room, and he don't know who LaToya Luckett is. So I go do the whole little rundown talking about how when Destiny's Child first started, it was. Now I don't know the other girl name
because it looked like she just put it in there.
Who?
Lativia or something like that. LaToya, Beyonce, and Kelly.
Yeah. So
you say you a fan.
Well, listen,
my name.
That girl got kicked out the group so quick. It just wasn't, So I'm explaining to him how LaToya Luckett is a part of the original Destiny Child group. How they she won a Grammy with them and all this kind of stuff. He like, don't know none of that. Then I have to explain to them that after LaToya Luckett and the other unnamed girl gets kicked out of the group, that there was then another girl in addition to Michelle that was in the group. And he like, who is Michelle?
Yeah. James, I'm with you, bro. So I promise you, I have no clue.
I'm fully blown outside of my relaxation mode.
And I'm kind of leaning over, wondering, like, how does this financially benefit us? Who is LaToya Luckett?
I'm saying that we was in. This is a part of the experience.
It is for you.
If you would wrap it all together, I'm trying to say that you did a good job. Well, we had to spa with celebrities and whatnot. Man, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we had made it a little taste. You know what I'm saying? No, this is totally exaggerated. But I'm like, how you not know who LaToya Luckett is? Then I take him down the timeline. He don't know who Michelle is. Turns out he just thinks that Destiny's Child is only Michelle and Kelly. I mean, Beyonce and Kelly. And he's like, oh, so that was the other girl that we saw when we saw them perform at the Superdome a couple. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
So now I'm out of relaxation mode at this point. At the spa, it's just.
And I'm trying to find another glass of champagne or something.
He doesn't know. He has no clue who.
For real, and I'm like, man, who? I don't know, but the massage was amazing.
Yeah, that's what I said, Yolanda, bruh. So anyway, I confirmed because the girl, so she was sitting across, she was sitting kind of diagonal or whatever from where we were. So her and whoever she was with, they get up and they leave out. So it's this other couple that's sitting, directly across from us, and they kind of talking too like regular. So I just figured we might as well just have a regular conversation in the quiet room. So I said, "Hey, ma'am, was that LaToya Luckett that just walked out?" She said, "Yeah, that was her, and she was so nice too." I was like, "Yeah,
and
everybody knows who LaToya Luckett is."
I was like, "Oh, them people sat right behind us at breakfast."
Like
right behind us. I no clue. I don't know.
We ate breakfast the whole time. Now my back is clearly to the famous people, and he has no clue who the people is. So now the rest of the time, everybody there, he's trying to figure out, is this somebody famous?
I'm asking her. I'm like, okay, you know who that person is? You know who that? Because it don't matter to me, man. Don't make me a Hilla Bean one way or another.
I didn't care either. It wasn't like I, fanned out. I was like, oh my God, I gotta go get her. You know what I'm saying? I knew who she was when I walked in there, and I double take because I was like, dang. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I had to confirm with the other lady because I'm like, well, maybe I'm tripping because the way you know what I'm saying, you didn't know who she was. So,
had no clue.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had no clue.
Yeah, AB, he say Hilla Beans all the time. It's just Hilla Beans. If he compare you to a Hilla Beans, it basically means just nothingness. Okay, and that's kind of what he felt about being in the spa with LaToya Luckett.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I guess if it was Beyonce in there, maybe he would have recognized her. I don't know.
I would have recognized her, but I don't know what I'd have just been like, oh, that's weird. She's from Houston. Why is she here? You know what I'm saying? That's what I was like, you know what I'm saying, thinking that. Like,
it's Valentine's Day and they wanted to go to the spa.
Man.
A lot of people get spa gifts for that. Like, I didn't see it as weird that they were there. You know what I'm saying? It just caught me off guard. It wasn't like I had an expectation. Don't get me wrong, it was a nice hotel.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, when I walked in there, I wasn't expecting to see a celebrity sitting there, So anyway, I had to give Lamorne a whole full blown lesson of who she was and all that good stuff.
Yeah. And then she made me, like we see another a guy that I'm a fan of, Toby.
I made you
Toby Nwigwe, Toby Wigway. I don't know how you say it. Yeah. So we see him, and it's like she was like, "Hey, that girl, you got or whatever." I was like, yeah, I'm gonna holler at it when I get a chance. If I see him walking through the corridor or whatever, hey, what's going on, man?
I didn't want you to miss the opportunity.
But I also didn't want to be like, my God, what's going on?
That's so not who you are.
I know.
But you just spoke as usual. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we knew Toby before.
The
whole world knew Toby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, dude, how you gonna be in the room and not, you know what I'm saying, not speak to the dude? That's all I was saying. Whatever, after I said a dozen times, like, man, you're not gonna speak to the dude?
Yeah, I mean, dapped him up, shook hands or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Spoke to his wife and all, I mean, they good people, but I just didn't want to. It's like
I want to seem fanned out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't think that you was gonna walk up there like that.
I did, but you know what I'm saying? The fact that
was the reason why I didn't bother LaToya Luckett, because I'm like, I don't know this lady from a hill of beans, huh? So, but I'm like, with Toby, I would have went up there with you, but I'm like, hey, I just gotta make sure I seats is secure. But I know you know what I'm saying? You respect the dude. Like, hey, go and say hey.
I mean, it was cool to just. I'm assuming, I don't want to be, like over the top with it, like, bro, you changed my life.
But who said that? Now we can segue into the new normal, because who said that you had to go up there acting like this right here?
Well, it just kind of be seeming like that. I ain't saying that nobody said it.
How? When you walk up and you know what I'm saying, you just dap somebody, you gonna leave me hanging?
Yeah,
well, you just dap somebody,
you know what I'm saying?
Or you just, you know what I'm saying, this was what y'all did, you just hit the, you gonna backwards hand.
Well, I just kind of.
So that's what y'all did.
Yeah, like, hey, what's good with it, man? How you doing?
So how does that equate to?
Congratulations on the new baby. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
how does that
thing?
You know what I'm
saying? What is the Reebok deal? You know what I'm saying? Right. All that type of stuff. Yeah.
But inwardly, why do you see all of this and all you did was black man dap him up? I just want to know, because this is how we get
because I made the new normal conversation. I made the effort to do that. We didn't just meet on the pass and by, like he was sitting up there, and then I walked up there.
So we had Will was in the conversation. We had Ralph in the conversation. We had
Coach McDaniel was in there too. Todd McDaniel, I don't know if he's
was in the conversation. We had Jamie Jenkins in the conversation. I'm trying to call out your male men, your men's and mans. All right, we calling out all the men's and mans. Now, I just need to know if you had saw either one of those men's and mans.
Yeah,
you'd adapt them up how. Same way how you know what I'm saying, adapt up Toad.
Yeah, if they from Hazlehurst, I'm dapping them up strong. It gonna be different. It gonna be different.
Either way,
top. Yeah.
Does that equate to this whole monkey business? And that you saying you felt like it was gonna look like just because is now a celebrity? I'm just saying, what makes like, and this is obviously for anybody, but what makes those types of thoughts come up in our mind when we're being as normal as we possibly can in these situations, right? Like, we're not doing anything. It's different. How is it? She says she understands your perception, but I'm like,
thank you. Finally,
I mean, yeah, but the perception of what? You know, like we've made up this thing in our head when that's not nowhere near the intention or the actual act that's going to happen in the moment.
No, I mean, it's
so now you look like a monkey because you want to speak to.
I didn't say monkey.
You did these hand motion type deals like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? I'm fanned out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
but we're speaking regularly.
I know, but to what benefit?
The same benefit as if you had saw Will at, you know what I'm saying, at the grocery store. If you saw Jamie at the grocery store or at a concert or whatever, you just gonna look at him across the room like, oh yeah, that's my guy Will, man. You know what I'm saying? He good people.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him and his wife, man. They doing big deal. You mean to tell me you wouldn't get your butt up on like, man, that's Will over there. Let me go holler at him.
I probably would have. It depends. Yeah. If I'm within walking distance, no doubt. I'm going.
Now I told you at the beginning of the podcast, we're gonna be real honest and true. And you mean to tell me if you see Will Johnson from across the way, you gonna let him keep walking?
Didn't we see them at a concert one time and I texted him? But it was like it wasn't.
We was far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They was on the floor.
That's what I said. If it was in walking distance, I would definitely go.
Oh no, that's a whole totally different situation. And we noticed them mid concert, bruh. Don't do me this up in here. Do not come here in front of these people's face and act like that's what you mean to tell me you wouldn't cross a room to speak to Ralph or Will or Jamie,
I
if you would.
I would.
And I'm just saying, this dude was still the same. You know what I'm saying? He's still a normal dude.
He is. He a human.
And I'm saying, at any other capacity, even before all of the fame and the notoriety, you would have went across the room, because we have.
Yeah.
At other events we've been at, before he was on BET Awards, before he was, you know what I'm saying, doing stuff with Pharrell and all of this, we would go across the room and speak to him and his wife.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't like I just talk to him on the rig. Like, I ain't, you know what I'm saying?
You don't talk to Will on the rig.
But I can get in contact with him. You know what I'm saying? If I want, if I needed to.
I must be way far out of bounds on this one then. I think you stretching it. I'm going to let us go at 9. Because I'm not going to be on here running around these circles with you up in front of these people.
Hey, that's just my thought, man. It don't have to be,
But why do we have to, you know what I'm saying, like fabricate these wild thoughts in our head? And the only reason we're even going down this rabbit hole is to get to the new normal conversation. Right?
Say it's a confidence thing. That may be what it is. Because I'm like, hey, hey, this man doing his thing. I don't want to be like, hey, like I go over and it's like, I guess most of the people that probably do interact with them, you know what I'm saying, may interact from a fan base type deal. And I'm like, hey, I respect what you got going, man. I respect what you're doing, man.
And you can't say that?
Yeah, I can say that.
But that doesn't then make you look like a fanned out person.
But me saying or me respecting it don't mean that I got to share it with him, because it's what it's doing for me.
But sometimes people, enjoy hearing that.
Maybe.
Sometimes that does well for folks. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, it could do. It could be. It could be. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we ain't like first cousins or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
She said, "Is there a negative connotation for being a fan?" And then Shonda said, "You don't want to be a fan in his eyes." Like, what is the?
Well, it depends on what it is. Yeah, I'm a fan. Like I'm a fan.
So was you trying to go through that stuff in your head to make sure that when you walked up there, you was calm?
Well, I was gonna be calm regardless. Oh, yeah, I wasn't finna. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna be calm.
Yeah, we gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna be dudes falling out because Michael Jackson singing and all this, man. I'm not. Nah, you miss me.
I'm not saying that that's what you would have done. I am just saying, you know what I'm saying? If I appreciate a person's work, right? And I feel like we were in an environment where it was super laid back. It wasn't like droves of people was going up there. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, it seemed like they was more fanned out about than they was him, which it was his concert.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it was a total laid back moment. I was just saying, man, are you having, you know what I'm saying? Are you having internal thoughts that you're sorting through here? You know what I'm saying? To then go and say, hello. Cause we've went, you know what I'm saying, to spots where he was, where he's been at before. And we've just, had regular everyday conversation. So I'm like, okay, we done flew out here.
Yeah,
and we're not going to even speak to the dude.
It ain't that. I just don't want to make it seem like it's something, like it's a part of the agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if I speak to you, then cool. You know what I'm saying? But I can still hear your music and respect your music without speaking to you.
Correct.
And still get the same deal that I need to get out of it. If I speak to you, it's just like, oh yeah, I had a chance to speak to the guy. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Okay. Now what?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now what? And you know what I'm saying? Like it's a different thing, but like it's okay. I'm not gonna go out of my way to not speak.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But I just ain't go, like go run around and wait around the back till they get ready to come out to be like, hey, yo, Toe, hey, yo, such and such.
Yeah, it almost seemed like you were saying that both of those things were one and the same. You speak and saying, hello, good to see you again, man. I'm excited for you guys, and let that be that. It's also the same as, man, you better let me in this door, man. I've been new here, man.
It's pretty close.
It's pretty close. That is where I was trying to dismantle the thought. That's why I wanted to dismantle the thought, because they are so far in between.
It's pretty close.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying?
Because I intentionally got up and went that direction.
The same way as how you would intentionally get up to go speak to somebody that we know on the rig. It's the same motion. It's the same act.
Yeah.
But now, because he is a known celebrity, now there's a difference, you know what I'm saying, in between the two. And I'm like, it's still people. And for me, you know what I'm saying, I would have went and like, hey man, what's up? But I'm like, hey, I think that, you know what I'm saying, obviously you had a much bigger, connection with Tove than I did. Y'all sat on a plane and talked for darn near 3 hours about football. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I ain't really got that, you know what I'm saying, that same type of connection. I'm like, man, I appreciate what y'all doing, but I just felt like okay, you see, old dude, why are we not speaking?
No, I mean, he doing his thing, man.
But he was doing nothing in the moment. That's the same way as if somebody walks up to you and they speak to you, and you like, man, why they come and speak to me? You wouldn't do that.
I would.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that you just have I think that you had a thought that was like way wide. Like maybe you go and speak to him regularly to you was the exact same as, man, can I get your autograph, man? It's just been, man, I've been listening to all your music, man. It's like, I think you're saying that both of those things are the same. Yeah. And to me, they not. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I feel like what you did was absolutely normal. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it was a cool interaction, you know what I'm saying? You just be like, hey man, where your wifey at?
That's exactly what he did. You know what I'm saying? Where's your wife? So that's what I'm saying. That's not a regular fan type of deal. Because a regular fan walks up, does he know that person has a wife?
Yeah.
No, it's because he knows us. So that's why I'm saying, how can in the world did we get that far off?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To have that thought process about it. That's all I was saying. They say they get it, but AB say it's not really close at all.
So Kalisha said she saw Jadakiss in Walmart. And he was just chilling, didn't want to bring attention to him, but we definitely fanned out. How do you internalize the energy and make it and make normal?
Well, that's I think that's a different situation because you know what I'm saying, like you are fanned out by that particular person. Like I'm not.
I just think of it like I don't want this person to feel like, and maybe that's what it is, because I'm thinking to myself like, hey, it's cool. You human, I'm human. You know what I'm saying? Like you put your pants on the same way I put my britches on. So
why is that a thought?
But because I don't want you to feel like, hey, that you super duper special to me. You know what I'm saying? Or just special in general. Like I like your art, but that don't even make you a good person. Like I like you as
But why are you going so deep? You know what I'm saying? Into that to be able to speak to a person.
You make it sound simple to be able to speak to a person.
Because the reason we're obviously having this conversation because we had another conversation at the breakfast table that I guess we will, you know what I'm saying, eventually roll into. But I'm just saying from that particular thought process, it's literally I'm speaking to, another human, and so like if we're having to dive that deep into it, then are those real thoughts? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm just saying, like, yeah, I guess they are real thoughts, but it's like, hey, I don't want to. That's just not my personality to be like, oh my God, man, I'm just saying, I'm just, bro, what you put out,
right? Maybe, but nobody said that you were doing that. It's almost as if in your mind you have acted that way, right? And so you're like, I'm not gonna go speak because if I do, I'm probably gonna do that.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, but you're gonna go and speak to a normal person.
Yeah.
So then,
but what do you say? You be like, hey, what's going on, man? How's it going? You going to the park today?
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Do you go talk about what you connect on, which is the music? You know what I'm saying?
We might need to have some communication classes.
It's a job. You know what I'm saying? For them, it's entertainment is a job. They may not want to talk about that.
We're talking two totally different situations. Yeah. We're not talking about us walking up on a celebrity we've never in life seen before. You know what I'm saying? We're standing in line to get photos type deal. We're talking about this is a person that we knew before the world knew him.
I agree.
And we were having regular conversations with them every time we showed up at an event, almost quarterly.
Mm-hmm.
And now we see them again after a long time, and you say, I ain't going up there and holler.
Yeah.
Well, to me, that's weird, is all I'm saying. Is because at every other instance that we've seen them over the last decade, we always are just having a normal, regular conversation. And it's not anything deep, but it's just, man, we super excited for what y'all doing. They saying the same, man, we excited for y'all, blah, blah, blah. It's just, hey, good to see you. Good to see good people doing good stuff.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Yeah, straight up. And that's that.
But do you like collard greens? Do you like cornbread with your collard greens? What? Yeah. Like I'm like, that's not the level of conversation that we're engaging in just to say hello.
I agree with that, but I think Kalisha has a point as to why we have a disconnect.
Well, you have to read it because
Crystal is a celebrity. She is well known. She doesn't understand the feeling of not being superior. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. So it could be if I'm coming to pay homage to you, is it superior, inferior? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that look like?
This is totally hilarious. Yeah. Okay, and with the way I'm like, it's just and what I think we're all a celebrity in all our rights.
Yeah,
somebody know you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, somebody do. But just like what AB saying, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, T.I., like people they just, I remember listening to a program that Michelle Obama interview she did. She was like, it was like, what do you miss most? And she was like, just walking around Target.
Oh God.
Just walking around Target. I just want to walk around
those
Target
types of problems
and not be seen. You know what I'm saying? Not nobody, you know what I'm saying? Just walk around Target like normal.
For the record, I think there's some Targets that Toby can still go to and not be recognized.
I agree.
All I'm saying is it was just saying hello. And for the record, you know what I'm saying? Perhaps one day, you know, I'll be at that particular space. But I'm not saying that from a space of,
exactly, Sean.
What?
Exactly. Lamorne, did you have a pause because you thought he might act different since he's more well known? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, I mean,
that's perceived.
Yeah,
you don't know.
I didn't say that he did,
but he acted the exact same way he did previous times. Like, oh, where your wife at, man?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
How y'all doing?
But my, you know, because it's like, okay, now we on a different plane. We're on a different level.
Well, I would have walked up as if he's still the same guy as in personality type, you know what I'm saying? But obviously, maybe, you know what I'm saying, from a notoriety stance or a financial stance, you know, clearly he's probably different.
Yeah.
But I guess I don't walk into those types of situations thinking that, because I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am me everywhere I go, regardless to who knows me for what reason or why. I'm still going to show up as I am. So I'm not bringing those types of perceptions into the room.
Yeah.
Because I'm saying, oh man, it's Toad. You know what I'm saying? But I just didn't go speak to him saying, hey man, it's good to see you or whatever. Because I'm like, you guys, you know, pretty much had a much bigger connection. You know,
and I like his music, man. I just think he's a dope artist.
The whole deal, even, you know what I'm saying, when nobody knew the guy, you know what I'm saying? It was just, man, he's a great artist. And that's the same thought process that you've had the entire time. So to not speak because other people now know that he's a great artist is weird to me, is all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but I think that's what it was, you know, like what Sean said, just because, you know, dude been in Transformer movies now, you know what I'm saying? He doing the deal with the whatever the Chanel show was or whatever it was, you know what I mean? It just might,
and I mean, and to the point here, you know, Lamorne isn't me, but what our goal and objective every time we're having conversations like this is to
we famous, Lord have mercy, this girl
is to dissect, right? Like why we're feeling what we're feeling, right? To make sure that the thoughts and the feelings aren't coming from a place, obviously, that we could then go and plant in other spaces, because it could be coming from, you know what I'm saying, an unhealthy space, given, you know what I'm saying, the conversation that we had earlier today. Do you want to?
Well, I mean, folks do switch up sometimes. Just like what Sean's saying, you know, folks do switch up sometimes. And maybe that need to be one of the Hello Black Man journals. Like maybe I need to go through it and line item it out, and then it can help me talk about my feelings or whatnot. So but I mean, it just was thoughts. I live and let live. If I felt like that this person had an answer that I was looking for, then I don't think that it would be a hesitation for me to go and ask that question or say, hey man, look, this is what you got going on. How did you get this deal with XYZ? I don't think it will be a problem for me asking. I just don't know what the real benefit is, or that's what I think about. Just like, I don't, you know, me speaking to him, be like, man, I spoke with such and such, man.
But that wasn't for anybody else. It was literally, you know, like the norm of what we would always do.
Yeah.
You know, so I guess, you know, I'm just thinking through it. Like, well, it's not outside of the norm of what we would always do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just became weird when it was like, oh no, I'm not speaking to him now. He's a celebrity. You know what I'm saying?
So like I wouldn't go. I didn't want to.
So then, you know what I'm saying?
I'll speak to him at pass and be like, hey, what's good with it, man? How you doing? Hey, keep doing what you're doing, bro. Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep up the good work.
Well, there's that.
I see you, fam. I see you. You know what I'm saying? Like that, right? Just
that could be an internal thing. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, that's probably what that is. And
hey, y'all.
I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that right where it's at.
I don't know.
I just thought in the moment, like, man, why are you being weird right now? Like, if any other time you would have spoken to him, you know, and then you kind of went through this, this little loop-de-loop.
Yeah, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? That was just, but that was my loop-de-loop.
Yeah. And I do get it. You know what I'm saying? If he had switched up, my thought to that is, okay, now we know, but that doesn't stop me then from speaking to somebody that we once knew before they were a celebrity and now they are. Now it's like, now I'm not going to speak to, anybody that was, once a normal person, now is a celebrity because X person switched up on me. You know what I'm saying? I think it just gives me a moment to say, oh man, I hate that he did that.
Yeah.
I don't take that, you know what I'm saying, personal. That's his issue. He missed out on that opportunity.
You're right. You're right. Because the new norm is for us to kick it, you know what I'm saying, and hang out and be in places and spaces that other people that be known.
The other celebrities are at.
That other people may be known, you know what I'm saying? Well, but I don't know.
Felicia said she wants to know what's the new norm.
Oh, we'll talk about it. Talk about it.
What happened with you? I don't. What?
I believe E.T. and Dee different though. So, you know what I'm saying? Like E.T. probably would speak to us. You know what I'm saying? He probably like, hey, what's going on, fam? How y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Or something like that.
We'll continue the conversation at you know what I'm saying, on a podcast just for that. Okay. Because clearly it is a, you know what I'm saying, that's an internal something. Because I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna speak regardless. You're right. Like we see E.T. them all the time. And most of the time he will speak first, but obviously, you know, that I think that's just inside of, you know what I'm saying, his personality.
Right.
But
exactly.
His celebrity ism, you know what I'm saying, is a little different. Like if you got droves of people coming, you know what I'm saying, it's like, okay, well, let them have, you know, their time. I've spent a lot of, you know what I'm saying, personal time with him. I don't need, you know what I'm saying, like
that time at that moment. Right.
No,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But if we're, you know, if it's all, you know, laxed and all, I'm not going to leave out of the room and not speak to that guy because he's had an impact on my life. And that was kind of the same way that I felt about being in the room with Tove, is I feel like he's had an impact on our life from us being able to see somebody that was sitting in the same rooms with us, you know, having the same dreams, same aspirations as us. And then, you know what I'm saying, now they finally, you know what I'm saying, acquired what they were dreaming for. You know, there's no way I'm going to be in the room with them and not speak to them. Because I'm like, man, you're still proof for us. You know what I'm saying? That it's possible, that we should, you know what I'm saying, keep putting the pedal to the metal. We should keep, you know, driving for our dreams. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to speak to you because, hey, at one point in time, we were all here doing this dream. And that's the part for me is like, now I'm going to be in the room with you and not speak because there's too many people involved. Absolutely not.
Well,
I owe that to you, you know what I'm saying, you know, to speak. And the same way is if I'm in there with anybody else, that's like one day, you know what I'm saying, Sean gonna be speaking in front of 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people. You gonna walk by and not speak to her because, man, I remember when.
Nah, man.
I remember when there was 150 people in the room. Me and Sean, man, I was back there helping everyone with the audio visual. Now they got a whole team. I ain't gonna bother them. What?
I would do that.
I know. And to me, that's the same, you know what I'm saying? That's the same level of thought process that I have. Is like, we've all, you know what I'm saying, watched each other grow through these moments. Now, I do get it. You know, there are going to be times where some people switch up and they act funny with you. You know, oh, I don't want to do lunch with you. You know what I'm saying? Or, I don't want to hang, or I don't even want to speak. I get that. For the people that want to do that, that's for them. But it just shows me the space, you know what I'm saying, that I acquire with them. It don't make me now turn, you know what I'm saying, ill or foul towards other people because that's how you chose to be. It just means I see now. You know what I'm saying? And now I understand the boundary, but I still will respect all of the journey that came up into that point. But now I have a new outlook for you. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing for me. What she said?
The point that has been driven home is in the garage. He will never do it again. Tell her. Everywhere. Absolutely. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's not
what's going to happen.
But the new norm is being intentional.
I
think that's the new norm, is being intentional and giving thought to the actions, right? To be intentional about what it is that we want to do, to be intentional about what it is that we want to say and the experiences that we want to create. You know what I mean? To make sure that one, that it is something that is memorable in a good way, because I think I've gotten gifts that were memorable, but not in a good way. They were memorable in the worst way. But to do things that are thoughtful and try to be intentional about fostering that part of whatever relationship, right? From a business relationship, from a marital relationship, from a friendship relationship, like just being intentional about it. And I think that is the new norm, and just being bold enough to say, hey, look, this is the experience that I think that I'm willing to cultivate and create. Hey, go along with the journey with me. Because I think one of the things that I would typically do is ask or hint and to see if she would give feedback, and then the thoughts would just stay trapped in my mind because I didn't get the response that I thought that I should have gotten to give me the go ahead to move forward. You know what I'm saying? To know whether she was going to like it or not. You know what I mean? But that's what I think the new norm is.
Oh, that's great. It's a good spin.
Okay.
That's a really good one. Well, I don't have any rebuttal.
You ain't got none of it.
That was good. I think you dropped the mic on that one.
I don't know how to take that.
What? That was your thought about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah, that
I don't have rebuttal because that wasn't our original new norm.
I know, but
I think you evolved to that, which I think is a good thought. So I don't really know.
No, but we can still talk through it. Talk to the other piece.
Okay, how do we do that?
What start?
Well, I don't know what initiated the conversation
of what.
When you got the text message or whatever. Like I don't know.
Oh, so I mean, no, we would I had a few guys, like just reach out to me, just saying, hey man, I see what you're doing, whoop de whoop.
Whoop de whoop. It done came out. Now you was articulating very well just a second ago.
Yeah, so I see what you're doing, hey, kudos to you for taking the initiative. I've had some thoughts like this for sure myself, to doing something like this for my wife or whatever. And in doing that, and most of my responses, I gave a response that would join us in arms as guys, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, hey, we all trying to win out here, fam. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just trying to get like you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, you do this and you do that, whoop de whoop. Let's go. So
they say I'm just a squirrel. What they said?
I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut, man. You know what I'm saying? It's your world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut.
That's what they said.
So, in doing that, I realized like, hey, man, like these are guys that are seeing that Crystal posted it on Facebook or whatever. They're seeing, hey, this interaction or whatever, and they too desire to do some of these things, or just to do something in a way that speaks love, it speaks appreciation, it speaks importance to their partner.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason or another, like we may become paralyzed and not do that. But in my response to them, it was, hey, you know what? We are much the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're much the same, versus saying, hey man, I appreciate that. I did put some, I was trying to be intentional about XYZ, or really putting it out.
But instead you was more so being intentional about downplaying how big of a deal it was.
Yeah.
You were intentional in the other direction. It was like, oh no, man, I ain't did nothing. It was something.
Well,
it was something. You had actually did a lot, but that was the part that sparked the conversation for me. You know what I'm saying? Because he, one of the responses, he read his response back to me from one of the text messages, and I was like, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? How could you downplay everything it is that you had done to get those 3 days to be so perfect, only to say, oh man, you know what I'm saying, I'm just like you, but not knowing if you are or not.
But I didn't downplay what I did. I just tried to pick those brothers up as well.
How do you know they were down?
I don't.
That's where the conversation started at the table.
But it was like more like encouraging, you know what I'm saying? Just to be like, hey, yeah,
and encouraging them, you know what I'm saying? Because in the conversation, what we revealed was, in your deal, you were literally downplaying yourself 100%, just so that they could feel good about themselves in the moment, when the moment was for you and about you.
It was, but if it could just give them a little bit of oomph.
Who said that they needed
it? They may not need it, but I mean, I just think maybe I've been there. So maybe I'm just interpreting it that way, to be like, hey, I want to do something.
Boy, you talk about a pivot. I swear, this was a different person at the breakfast table, but continue on.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
okay, David says that it's not literal. I'm so glad you said that. I love comments. Don't you agree? See how you quick to talk? See that? How you did that? See? Don't you agree? Because it is literal. And that was the whole conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how can we not think highly of ourselves, right? How can we not think that what you just did for me isn't a big deal?
Well, it's not that I don't think that.
But your words then said that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that was nothing, man. You know what I'm saying?
But I didn't say that.
What I'm saying is, in your comments, we either gonna talk about it or we ain't.
Let's talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
talk about it. Lead it.
I'm trying to, but you're not letting it all the way out.
Okay, go ahead.
Put your mic back.
Go ahead. I'm trying to give you time.
The whole point I'm trying to make is that we have to be intentional. Like you said, the whole point is to be intentional. So if we're going to do it, then we have to fully do it out, right? And being intentional about what we're thinking. And even if we are thinking a thing, that we combat the things that go against what we really want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So in some of the responses that you were saying you were giving to some of the guys, it was more so downplaying the, you know what I'm saying, like actually what you did or what you were actually capable of. And I'm saying, why do we do that? You know what I'm saying? Like in regular, everyday, general conversations, right? Like we would use the examples of when somebody say, "Oh man, you looking good." He was like, "Oh man, this ain't nothing, man. Don't worry about it, man. You looking sharp today."
Yeah.
100% making yourself look bad so that another person can look well because they were complimenting you.
I don't think I'm making myself look bad.
What are your words saying? I'm saying in those instances, what are your words saying versus what you're actually thinking and feeling? Are they the exact same thing? And I'm asking that to everybody. When we're saying something out loud, are we trying to then make the other person that's in the situation, and it's usually coming when somebody's making a compliment, right? We talked about it before. When a person says, "Oh, there go the money, man," and you like, "Oh man, I ain't got it." Now we ain't got no money. Now we ain't got no money because somebody say, "Oh, there go the money, man," instead of you saying, "Absolutely, man, I got it. How much you need?" "Absolutely, I got it, man, but you can't get it." "Absolutely, I got it, man. I'm rolling in it." Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you. You know, can we say a thank you? That's what we were discussing at the table, is like we can get a compliment. And then instead of us having the response of thank you, we have to then look for what is wrong in us so that we can bring it out so the other person can then feel well about giving us a compliment. I am saying it does us no justice to go and look for the thing that's wrong so that somebody else on the outside can feel well. They gave us the compliment. I didn't walk in the room and say, "Compliment me, please."
So maybe it's more or less my receiving of the compliment.
Can you receive
it? You know what I'm saying? Just to be like, you know what, man, I appreciate that. I really did. You know, I put a lot of thought into this get up right here. When I had the tailor making this, I put this together and one of these colors to hit, I thought it would do just right. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, maybe that's receiving a compliment. But to me, I've just always been of the mind like, hey, one, if I am sharp, if I have done something to inspire you, I want, I want one thing to happen as well. If it inspires you, then hey, just know that we may have some commonality because I wasn't always this person or like that. You know what I'm saying? So
now, in the moment, if you can recollect, in most of those situations, are you looking at another individual that is looking just as sharp as you are in the moment?
I mean, it's perspective. It's perspective. You had to.
I just wanted the crickets to be available.
Yeah, whatever. That was so.
That's kind of how I feel about these comments. You know what I'm saying? It is not.
Well, I mean, man, I don't think I'm putting myself down. You know what I'm saying? Or saying something negative about myself. But I hear what you're saying. Like, hey, don't agree with someone that it doesn't necessarily align with who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying?
I am absolutely saying that I've heard you, you know what I'm saying, say those types of things. Or we've talked about a conversation previously. We saw, you know, a person, we were out and about, and literally the whole conversation was just drab. It was, man, you know what I'm saying? It was more so like random
He was
stuff.
talking about the trucking industry. He was basically just saying, man, they want you to haul freight for nothing these days, man. It's hard to make money, you know what I'm saying?
And Lamorne was,
I was like, man, I know what you mean.
It's just like that.
That don't mean I agree. I just know what you're saying. I just understand what you're saying. I don't agree with your point, but I do understand your flawed logic. That's all I'm saying. Now, whether you want me to give rebuttal and give you why I disagree with your logic, then that's okay. But I will refuse to do that unless you ask me. But if we're in a conversation and you're saying, man, you know, like my wife did this, or man, my business doing this, and I may say, okay, I get what you're saying, man, 100%. Totally see your perspective. That don't mean that it's right. That doesn't mean that your perspective is right because I can see it.
So
that
you would rather
that
just
I
agree that you understand what they're experiencing versus in those moments give them hope. Because I'm saying you're wanting to give the person that's looking shabby hope because they gave you a compliment, but then a person that has a negative mindset or perspective, you won't stand in that moment and correct.
Yeah. Yeah, not stand in the moment. No, unless I'm asked.
What other opportunities are you?
Unless I'm asked.
Well, they asked me about presenting this foolishness in my face.
Presenting what foolishness?
Whatever they got to say is that negative.
Oh, you just saying because they said it. Then
you're inviting me in conversation with you.
So now
I have to give them perspective of which they would agree with so that I can stay in conversation.
No, I'm not giving them a perspective of which they agree with. I'm just saying, hey, I get your point. I don't agree with it. That's just like some political viewpoints.
But you don't follow up with. I hear what you're saying, but I don't agree with that stance. You just say, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
leave them straight off the cliff. Just dive off of there and jump. Why don't you?
I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Am I wrong for am I wrong for saying, hey, I understand. I see your viewpoint. I see your point of view. I see your logic in that. But that don't make it.
Well, you know what you could do? You could say, do I have permission to give you my thought?
Okay.
Since you feel like it's invasive to, you know what I'm saying, to go any deeper than that, maybe you can ask for permission. You know what I'm saying? Do I have permission?
I don't.
You don't even care to give permission?
I don't.
So then why not give permission to just say, oh, okay.
That's right. That's essentially what
it is.
But I'm acknowledging. I'm just not saying it. If I say, "Oh, okay," then to me that's a little brute. That's a little rude. That's a little curt, right? To someone that's having a conversation because you are not this person.
I think it's rude for letting them drown.
Letting them drown,
but that's
just their perspective.
Oh,
there's more than one way to skin a cat. Call it 6 1/2 dozen. If they want to travel the gravel road, then that's okay. I prefer the interstate.
Don't you want to help people?
Yeah, but that want to be helped.
How do you know that they don't?
Because you came to me with your opinion.
Right,
you
didn't they not know that they're in a drowning state. I'm just saying, if at any case, now I'm not saying that I walk up on everybody giving them, you know what I'm saying, my full thought process or opinions. Nor am I saying,
but that's part of the point.
100% right. I'm just saying, hey, if in those types of engagement, we understand where those negative thought processes lead people to. Do we not? Do we not understand where the negativity leads people to?
Yeah.
And so then if the intent, you know what I'm saying, is to help, like, I'm not saying they got to be like, you know what I'm saying, a close family member or friend for you to, you know, actually want to give that level of information. But like I talked about earlier today, if it's somebody that I'm going to have constant engagement with, like if they're in community, and I'm not saying community in the space of where they get invited to our house or with their kids' birthday parties or, you know what I'm saying, whatever. I'm saying in community as in I'm going to pass by these people in different walks of life for different reasons. In that level of community, I guess I have a personal obligation to at least offer them a better way.
But you really doing that for your peace.
Oh, man.
Are you?
I'm not going to go down that road. I plead the fifth.
Okay. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not doing that for my peace. I'm doing that for a betterment of people in general.
Okay,
like that part,
on it, please.
That part doesn't exist in me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it just so that you would know that I'm right or because I know better than you.
No, I ain't saying it
I'm saying it because I see that you are drowning and I don't want you to. I'm saying it because I see that you're in this cage and you might not realize that you're in there. And I want to help you to get out. But now, if I reach my hand out and you try to pull me in, that's when I have to say, oh, okay, I see that you're not ready, or I see that you want to be in here, or I see that, you know, maybe you don't recognize it. And this might be an opportunity where we either plant or we either water or we either prune, right? Like I get to discern what part, what pieces to put together for that or what part of life that they're in regards to that. But I'm not saying that I'm going to walk up to a drowning man and pour more water on him. Is not what I'm saying by saying I agree.
I don't think I'm pouring water on.
That's your personal opinion. I'm saying from my perspective, because I know better, if there's an opportunity, right? I'm saying because I know better than what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying from that perspective, I'm going to at least offer. Now, it might not be a direct offer, but I might engage in the conversation from a space of, I want to help you.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to say out loud, you know what I'm saying, I want to help you. But if somebody comes to me and everything that they have to say is completely drab, right? If we could be talking about the transportation industry and they're saying, oh man, it's hard to get drivers. I would say, well, I hadn't had the experience.
Yeah.
What you mean? You ain't know, I would trigger them in such a way to where I'm at least saying enough for them to pay attention to see if I can get them out of it. Now, if I give a couple of instances where I'm trying to see if they either want to complain or just keep rattling about what it is that they're on and they stay in that lane,
okay,
great. You know what I'm saying? It's proven that they want to be there. But I just feel like it's my personal obligation, right? Now we switch to a different place in this one. Because, as a believer, I have to shine a light. And if I'm not shining a light, I'm not doing my due diligence. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just say, well, you stay in the darkness, only if you choose. But if you don't know that you're in darkness, when I show up, your conversation should change. I'm saying, how do we allow people to have those types of conversations around us and not change when we show up? I'm saying what I'm saying because I believe I'm a light. And so I don't allow other people to stay in that level of darkness. Now, for what other reason other people let people stay, that's their business. I'm saying this is my personal obligation. That's not me having an opinion or whatever the case may be. That's, man, I see that you're hurting for some reason. I don't know why you think this way. I don't know why, this level of negativity is happening in your space. You know what I'm saying? But I want to help you out of it because I know it's a better space.
So your light may actually be like fueled by like a main feed gas line, where mine might be just a candle. You know what I'm saying? But I'm with David. Like, I'm with David. Like, sometimes it's just to kind of escape from the conversation. You know what I mean? I agree that the verbiage needs to change in some instances, but at the same focal point, I do try to see the point of the viewpoint of others.
I don't think you're right, Sean, but you could say, you know what I'm saying? You can say that piece.
I do try to see the viewpoint of other people.
I do see it too, but
versus just be like, you know what? Ain't that sound negative? You know what? Nah, I ain't finna engage in this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth can stand on its own. You know what I mean? The truth doesn't need any help. So
if they know it, if they've been exposed to it. I'm just saying,
from me hearing it and saying, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Oh, that's how it's been for you. Okay, I got you. No, completely got you, bro.
And then you just leave them there.
Perhaps.
Drowning.
It depends. Yeah, but perhaps. But I don't see it as drowning. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't. That's just their opinion.
But I'm saying that we get opportunities to interact for one reason or the other, right? My question is, if we have, like if we look at those situations as not necessarily as so happenstance, if we look at those opportunities as opportunities to be light, even I'm not saying that, I'm saying that whatever you called it, I'm saying that you got to set them on fire.
Yeah.
But I am saying that it's important that we don't just let people just be just because, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, that's
is a way to do that. They be like, man, man, they ain't hit me for nothing on these rates, man, on this. What's just gonna be like, oh, bro, yeah, bro, I'm making money. I don't know what you're doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Is that a way to, to counter that?
No, I think you typically pick like the most extremes.
Okay. All right.
But that's not the perspective that I enter into those conversations.
Okay.
Obviously, you do have to be intentional about having a safe conversation. I'm just saying when people are driving home 100% negativity in that way, for us to just 100% leave them where they at, you know what I'm saying? In some interactions, I have to ask because I get it. I've been in headspaces before where I just completely ghost them because I'm like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily want to have to deal with that. But my thought now is, am I leaving them in that space because I'm saying that I'm selfish in the sense that I don't want to deal with the conversation.
Yeah.
I'm like, do I at least have enough safe space, with that particular individual to at least maybe lead them a little closer to the light? I ain't dragging them.
So that's why you were saying if they in your community, then you will have a conversation. If you but if it's just a conversation, just a passerby, you see somebody in Walmart, they say something, you're not gonna see them ever again. You just keep pushing.
It depends. If I, you know what I'm saying, if I am, if I feel like I'm being led by God to have that conversation, that's a totally different situation. But if you're in my immediate, circle of people, I have to have that conversation with you because I don't want to just leave you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to just be like, oh well, that's you then.
But it's a conversation that has to be had
in the safest way possible. How can we keep letting, you know what I'm saying, the people that we say that we love and care about just be in those types of spaces and not at least help them to see that, you know what I'm saying, that there's a better way.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I just, I think about when we went home for Christmas and my grandmother was talking about she cooked some chitlins, right? Because she was like, hey, come on, get these chitlins or whatever. I was like, oh man, that sounds really good. But grandma, I'm trying not to eat that much pork. I ain't trying to do the pork like that no more, right? But like I had to explain to her why, like legit. Like had to explain why. And then I was like, well, hey, it's kind of a Bible verse in there that says, what this is or why, why that or whatever, but for the health reasons as well. But that would be more like a conversation that, okay, well, look, I'm gonna be around grandma for the holidays. I'm gonna be around grandma forever. You know what I'm saying? And as long as I'm around and she able, she go cook some chitlins. If she don't know any better. So now let me just tell her, hey, this is why I'm not eating. I ain't condemning you because you eating them, but this why I ain't eating.
Well, she asked too, though.
Yeah, she did.
She asked you. And so then that was an open door for you to have a conversation.
Yeah.
But not from a disrespectful place and not to make anybody feel bad that they were still, eating it or whatever. It's just, hey, this is why I'm not. That ain't had nothing to do
and
with.
Maybe that's part of it. When when you reject something, you also it seems like you reject the person versus the action or something like that, versus just being like, you know what? No, I just don't agree or do, do it the way that you're doing it. But that doesn't make you a bad person.
Yeah, you're rejecting the action, not the person. It's the opposite. I think you said it the reverse.
Okay.
Yeah. The idea is you are rejecting the action, but
not the person.
Yeah, the human is, is still a human. I don't, it's not the actual person. It's just what you're doing or whatever your beliefs are, whatever the case might be. Now, if it's too heavy to deal with and that's something that you just want to hold on to, then eventually that person does kind of get pushed a little further and further outside of the,
because they
perimeter.
start to feel like, oh, okay, well, yeah, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? But if that's the only common connecting thread that we had, then of course there's gonna be some separation. But it could be like, okay, we're different people now. You know what I'm saying? And I think that translates, in some arenas, like just with us personally, it's just some stuff we would choose not to do. Some places we would choose not to stay if we had an option. You know what I mean? But for some, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh my God, yeah, ramen noodles, let's warm them up. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Like put them in the microwave. You know what I'm saying? You got a choice now to cook eggs on the stove, you know what I'm saying? Or do you put them in a bowl in the microwave like it did when you was a kid? You know what I'm saying? And that's how you cook your eggs. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just different, right? So I one part you don't want to be, and I guess that's really the driving home point. One part you want to be inclusive, but on the other hand, you want to be, you know what I'm saying, set aside or exclusive as well. You know what I'm saying? Because you're wanting to change, you're wanting to do something, but you still want to stay or have those connective threads with some of the people that's around you, or do not want to intentionally disconnect. You know what I'm saying? From some of those commonalities. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's a good point. Absolutely. I think we had a good conversation, man.
Yeah.
I do.
I think so too.
What was the sarcastic? Yeah. What was that? Yeah. See what I'm saying? I give a compliment and look what his response is. So I'm just saying there may be a shift there.
It may be a shift.
It may be a shift.
Like a 5-speed.
So I end with, you know what I'm saying? I think we had a good conversation. Yeah, sure we did.
No.
What place did that come from, good sir? You had a lot of good points just then. I thought it was a mic drop type of situation. I let you have it, and now it's
because typically you follow up with something. So you know what I'm saying?
Like, but there's a shift.
Yeah. Okay. So there it is. Right?
So I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't let you have a mic now.
But no, I'm just saying.
He said he did take it wrong, man. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know.
I'm just like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, bro. What did we follow that up with? You know what I'm saying? I felt like you had gave a synopsis, so I was trying to segue us out at 9:29.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? But well, good job, sir.
That's it, AB. I know because
Nah,
it wasn't there.
It's because you're not married to him, AB.
It wasn't there.
I heard the sarcasm because it existed, and he admitted to it.
Hey,
so let us have it.
AB Carter with the flyer. If y'all saw that video, the promo video, they have 7 days to their live event coming up in
That's
Arkansas.
what I was trying to do. Segue to that.
Yeah, coming up in Arkansas. Shout out to AB for the graphics on that flyer. But yeah, I'm gonna let Crystal talk about it. She didn't do the flyer.
She did the promo video, man.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, so that's what we're gonna leave out with. I'm actually gonna play the promo video on our way out tonight. We are so there is no podcast next week. I'll be in Arkansas at the $1 Million Expert live event. I'm super excited about it. We are literally 7 days away, and it's gonna be some good stuff, man. It's gonna be some really good stuff happening there. So I think, yes, registration is actually still open. So you can actually go to www.milliondollarexpertlive.com and you can still register. There is still room for you. We need you in the room. If you believe your answers in the room, you should be in the room. So yeah, we hope to see you guys there. Again, we won't have another podcast next Thursday night. So we'll have a week off there.
Yeah.
So I can be fully.
If I knew how to hook up my computer and stuff, I probably would do one.
There will be no podcast next week. So, hey, we're gonna roll out with this amazing promo video that AB did for us. We appreciate that. And so we'll see you guys in 2 weeks?
Yeah, something like that. We'll see you when we see you.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.